Well, hello there. How is everybody? I apologize for the delay. I was just speaking to myself for about 2 minutes. Um, I I think everybody knows that when I go live and I do it impromptu, it's because I can't keep anything in. And what's going on is I started following a case last night. I had actually seen it develop over the weekend, but I really started looking into it last night and I uploaded a few videos on it. I uploaded a news interview, some interviews with the dad, the stepmom, or the girlfriend, and then the grandmother. And then, of course, I did the press conference. And it looked like it was picking up. There's a lot of questions going around, and it looks as if in the last hour they have recovered what they think is the body of Samuel Olson. So, just to give everybody a recap really quick, Samuel Olson is a 6 year old little boy from Texas, more so Houston, Texas. He was living with his father or was in the custody of his father. Not sure positively yet if it was legal custody. I do have the documentation for their custodial debate, I guess. And from what my understanding is that the mother had custody, and at some point the mother and father had an altercation. He then took the child from her, had him in his custody, and had a restraining order against the mother. So the mother hasn't seen her child since last December. So again, we have uh, a child left with a parent who may not be the custodial parent, and this child has then been left with the father's girlfriend, whose name is Theresa. And Theresa was staying with her mother when she says that on Thursday she was going to take Samuel to school, and a woman who is said to be Samuel's mother approached with a police officer. She said he was dressed in officer garb and he had what looked to be handcuffs and a gun and looked like an officer, and they demanded that she hand over Samuel. So she did. Now, they're saying that she was going to take Samuel to school, but the last time Samuel was seen, oh boy, the last time Samuel was seen was April 30th at school. Now, his grandmother did say that she saw him May 2nd and that she has provided pictures to the news that have timestamps on them, but I have been unable to see those myself, and I'm just going to go ahead and take it for what it is from the news reports that they have contacted the school and they know that he hasn't been seen by anybody except, by anybody outside of the family, the very immediate family, since April 29th. This is just absolutely crazy. I'm going to go ahead and say hi to some of you guys. I had to get that out there. I really can't. I really, truly can't right now. Um, Look, I started following this thinking, oh no, this looks like a Gannon. This looks like a Cash. This looks like the West Boys. This looks like all of them. All of them. Everything that's been going on recently, Amari Nicholson, just why is this such a trend? I mean, I know that there are people out there that cannot take care of their children and they have to leave them with other people, but it sounds like some of these people are actually taking these children and saying, "I'm going to go ahead and take care of this child. You as a parent, you are being unfit and I'm going to take them from you." And then they themselves become unfit or leave them with somebody who has become unfit. And now I can say that he is leaving this child with somebody who is unfit because we already have paperwork. The sleuths, Facebook sleuths, thank you so much. We already have paperwork letting us know that Theresa, the babysitter slash girlfriend slash the last person seen with Samuel, has a protective order on her against her by Samuel's father. And not only was she not supposed to be in contact with his father, she was not supposed to be in contact with him. That was part of the protection order. She was not supposed to be in contact with Samuel or his father. And of course, not only was she in contact with him, she was the direct source of caregiving of him. And now it looks as if he has essentially gone missing and then been found in a duffel bag next to a hotel. That is what they're reporting. I mean, seriously, I think only somebody who isn't the parent would do something like that. Unfortunately, there are events where we're reading and seeing that it's sometimes the custodial, the parent, the biological parent, is doing this. But in this case, this is her. This is Theresa, and since yesterday, Theresa has been missing. She gave a news interview, and after that, she dipped. The grandmother says that she was on the other side of the road passing out flyers, and out of nowhere, she was gone. So I have I have questions. Theresa didn't have her car. Her car was taken last night. It was impounded when they were searching her friend's home. So she was supposed to have been at her mother's home when Samuel was retrieved by his mother, who does not have him, and who has not seen him at least since last year. Um, so her car was in police custody last night. It was towed away. So I would like to know how she got away, um, where she's at. And then they're saying they do have somebody in custody. Who that is yet, I don't know. I'm guessing it's either Theresa or maybe even Samuel's father. We don't know. And I'm not saying he has anything to do with it. He looked absolutely distraught. And in the instances of these child abductions and the parents being at press conferences, and there's always a guilty parent in said conferences, the parent that always is always guilty always seems to be the one that is soothing the other parent. I don't know. It kind of, except for Amari, where the mother was taking over more so, but in a lot of them, I see that the parent who had done it is kind of love bombing the other parent. And in this case, I don't know if you guys saw it, she is just all over him, and it's almost inappropriate, especially in this time. But of course, we see everything as inappropriate in hindsight. I had already my suspicions. Of course, tons of other people did as well. It looked iffy, just really, really bad. And Ann Mata says that yes, he knew how she was. She tried choking him, and he had to send her to jail and get a order of protection out against her because she had been violent towards him. And this isn't the first woman that's been violent towards him. It looks as if the mother, Samuel's mother, was violent against him as well. Uh, that I have not substantiated by facts with paperwork, so I shouldn't have said that. But we do know that Theresa, for a fact, was abusive. She got arrested for it, and there's paperwork stating that she should not have been near this guy. So they're saying they worked it out, and that's why they were together. But clearly, they probably shouldn't have worked it out. And now this guy is going to be, really, this guy is going to be so sad about this forever. It's going to be one of the worst mistakes he ever did. So for everybody coming in, I know there was no notification. I literally got this notification popped up on my phone about this case, and I told my husband I have to go live. This is too important for me. They have photos of what do they have photos of? Oh man. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start one more time, and then while I do that, I'm going to be pulling up one of the videos that I made right now just to pull up for this my little information live. So Samuel Olson is a 6-year-old little boy from Houston, Texas. Samuel was in the custody of his father, but technically he was being watched by his father's girlfriend, Theresa. So while his father said that he did not have a car and was working hard, he would leave Samuel with Theresa, that they had a routine. Familiar. Theresa says that on Thursday she was getting ready to take Samuel to school, that Samuel had on a Mr. Kool-Aid shirt, some shorts, mismatched socks, and a pair of, I believe, Spider-Man shoes or Batman shoes, and that she was getting him ready for school, and that his mother showed up with a man who looked to be a police officer, that he had police officer garb, that he had handcuffs and the whole nine, and that they forced her to hand over Samuel. So she did, and then for some reason or another, even though she was handing off Samuel to his mother, later that night they reported him missing. Now, as of last night, they were searching the home of Theresa's friend, who is not who she was staying with when Samuel was taken. She was staying at her mother's house. This home is a few miles away. They were searching this home and this area. That's actually an apartment. And they said that there were so many conflicting stories they didn't know kind of up or down. And they actually held a press conference at this other apartment complex that is not where Samuel was taken from. So it makes you think that they already were posing their own questions as to what was going on. And one thing that I would like to point out is that Theresa and Samuel's father had a relationship, but um, they were having issues prior to this going on, and because of the issues that they had, she had gone to jail, and he had a restraining order against her, so she wasn't supposed to be in the home with him or his child. And now suddenly, as of Thursday, his child went missing, and as of today, it looks as if his child has been found in a duffel bag on the side of a hotel room in Jasper, Texas. And they are saying that there is a suspect in custody, but they are not saying who this person is. I'm assuming that it's either Theresa or his father. Not saying that his father has any involvement, but I am saying that, it sometimes it very well could be that happens sometimes to grab evidence. I don't know, but that's just a little recap for the people that just popped on. I can't believe it. I started following it early this morning, and I knew that this couldn't go right. I knew that this was already too weird. You don't report a little boy missing 20 some odd days after you haven't seen him. And then if you hand off a little boy to his mom, you don't call to report him missing. And then, to top it all off, what about the missing days of school? He hadn't been to school in weeks. Was she just going to randomly take him back to school? Was it that kind of was it that kind of school where they could go whenever they wanted? I'm not really positive how it works in Texas with online schooling and in schooling. Sometimes they do half and half, but I'm assuming that because the school knows that he wasn't there, that they knew that he was absent. Is a boy the grandmother was speaking on the video you uploaded? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Jessica. So I'm going to go ahead and read. Actually, let me read it off while you guys can see it. So let me share my screen really quick. So how is everybody? I'm so sorry. I just jumped on and started talking really fast. You guys know these things get to all of us, but for some reason I feel like these things just get to me even more. And it was Jessica Lynn actually who asked me, if I was taking on cases for little kids, and I told her I need a variety because if I focus too much on kids, it will, it won't kill me, but it will make depression onset easier if and when anything happens. I don't know. But I was telling her, I need to focus on a variety of cases. I can't just focus on kids. But it's just, I don't know if my eyes have just been opened or if it's just happening at a fast rate. But these cases just keep grabbing at me, and I can't seem to get past them in the news without stopping. So here I am. I'm going to go ahead and show you my other screen. All right. So all right. So it says breaking news, child's body found in Jasper motel room. Investigators tell KJAS they believe it's the body of the boy reported missing from Houston, and they say one person has been detained. Let's see. I thought I had. Here it is. Okay, it's right there. They believe it's the body of the boy reported missing from Houston, and they say one person is detained. Jasper police are investigating the discovery of the body of a young child in the room of a local motel room. Complete details are not available at this time. However, officers were apparently called to the Best Western Inn, located in the 200 block of West Gibson Street, shortly before 6 p.m. on Tuesday evening, when it was reported that the body had been found. Even though it is not conclusive, Jasper Police Gerald Hall said, that he believes that the deceased to be the 6-year-old boy who had been reported missing in the Houston area late last week. Hall also said that a person had been detained, however, he did not elaborate any further. Hall would not release further details, but said the body of the child was found in a tote bag, which was located in a room on the west side of the motel complex. He also said there were indications the body had been there for some time. KTRK in Houston is reporting that young Samuel Olson, a resident of Cy-Fair area northwest of Houston, had been reported missing by family members on Thursday. According to the report, the last time the child had been seen by other family members was on April 30th when he attended school. At last word, officers here in Jasper were in touch with investigators in Houston and were waiting on them to arrive. Chief Hall declined to comment on the cause of death. So, of course, they're not going to tell us the cause of death this quickly. I'm sure they're going to have to do autopsy and everything to find out. But it looks as if it is his body. And I had said it was on the side of the hotel, but I guess it was on the west side of the hotel in a room, which just makes me think, wow, like, was this, how pre-planned was this? Or maybe were they just hiding his body there? I mean, were they living at a hotel? Was this another case of a couple living at a hotel? Oh, gosh, I can't believe this stuff, guys. I mean, I'm going to go into comments real quick. What are your thoughts, Andrea Delaney? Seriously, that's just what I'm thinking. I'm going to pop up to the top real quick. The boys since the 30th. Yeah, they haven't seen him since the 30th. His grandmother said that she saw him on the 2nd and that she gave the newscaster stuff, and that it had proved that that she would have seen him on May 2nd. But at this point, they're saying that it looks as if he had been there for some time. So, yeah, another one. And it's almost as if they take a play from each other's playbook. They can't even change the stories. Do they not watch the news? Do they not? I mean, I guess they can't Google this stuff. But what I do know is that the father and the father and the girlfriend, Theresa, and the grandmother said that they have given their phones to police. That they did. She said that they give to police yesterday. I actually messaged the dad. He didn't read the message, but you can tell that he is in custody of his phone. I can't say the same for Theresa. So yes, this was the videos of the little boy that I uploaded. Okay, so Jessica Lynn says, with our current school situation, my daughter can choose in a building a few times a week or virtual. Yes, Wendy Knox, I did forget to say that. So it was Samuel's birthday this weekend. It was his birthday on Saturday, so he was actually 5 when he died, and he was 6 as of now. But it looks as if Amy. It looks as if he was 5 when this all happened. Oh man, yeah, we have to really take care. And I hate to say that it's the children that we have to take care of, because I hate that we even have to remind people that it's the children we have to take care of. But clearly, there are tons of people out here that cannot control themselves, that cannot control their emotions, that cannot control their behavior, and then they take it on people who are smaller than them. That saying, the pick on somebody your own size, I think it really applies here. And I'm not saying you should pick on anybody at all, but if you are going to pick on somebody, make sure that they're of your apt and of your size. Let's not choose people that are smaller than us. And let's not choose people at all, but if you are going to, just don't do this to kids. They can't take care of themselves. They do not have a voice. These people are just cowards in the worst way. Absolute cowards. And I feel for his mom in this time, who I have a post right here by her. I believe it was right here, who hasn't seen her son and has been desperately posting. His dad has one post up. I believe he took more down, they said. And they also said that he had been deleting comments. He didn't delete anything last night, so they thought that maybe his phone may have been in police custody. But I think as of today, he had it back. But the girlfriend is missing, so who knows if she ever got her phone back from police custody. We really don't know at this time. But this is a post by his mom, and she says that she found this picture through posts in different groups where his info has been shared. If anyone knows anything, just bring her baby home, please. A mother having to find pictures of her son in a Facebook group. And I'm not saying that is a shame to her. I'm saying that's just a shame in general. What they're saying is that he was keeping her From him, we don't know. I do know that he has an order of protection against the mother as well. So maybe he felt like he had a reason to keep her from him, but we do know that now she has not seen her son, and she will never get to see her son in the same condition. She will never get to hug him as a live child, and she will have to bury her child. And all because her ex had to leave him with somebody who was not his parent. And this happens constantly when that happens. So, in those situations. So, this is going to be another video of them searching her mother's home where he was last found. So just give me 1 second. So this right here is the custody order, and this is a picture of Theresa and his dad. I don't want to release his dad's name right now. Just like in the Cash Gurning case, we don't know the dad's involvement. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave him out of it. For now, what they are saying is that he was not in custody of his son when this happened, that his son was in custody of this woman, and that, we know what's gone on from there on. And I really can't believe it. This is just so freaking ridiculous. You really just need to take care of your kids, people. And not just that, the way he was found, could they give some more respect to him, please? This is the order of protection against Theresa from his father, protecting him and Cash from her. I mean, not Cash, I'm sorry. Protecting him and Samuel from her. This is a picture of Theresa that I got from her Facebook. And this is one of the original missing posts from Facebook for him. I'm going to go ahead and pop back over to StreamYard, disconnect, and then show you guys something that I had on another video. And then I'll be concluding this. I really just had to go live. I feel this is going to be something that we're all going to be covering. We don't know who's in custody right now, so I guess that will be developing as well. And we don't know who the players are exactly, but I have a big feeling that Theresa B, that this has a lot to do with her, and we're going to find out more. It honestly has me near tears, because these little kids are they're so precious, and they're so easy to take care of. And it sounds like each one of these children, they say that they were so sweet and carefree, and I don't feel like they're lying. I really think that these children are just in the way of these people's lives, and especially the way of the caretakers, the ones that aren't the custodial parents. I feel like they're just in their way. It's disgusting. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of Theresa's interview, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about when I say that she is somebody that I'm going to say, I don't want to say without a doubt, but she's somebody that I'm going to say that she's involved for sure. And if she's not, I don't think she's just involved. I really think that she is.
We're hearing several different stories from different family members. They're trying to figure out who's credible and who is not.
I really think that she is the main person to take accountability for this, or to take blame for this. And, I'm going to probably get reamed later. I shouldn't be saying it like this, but I got that feeling as soon as I saw her, as soon as I saw these videos, I got that feeling in my gut, like, oh, what did you do, Theresa? What did you do? And she is a mother herself. She has children of her own, apparently from a marriage and a relationship, but she had a whole relationship. She has pictures of her kids all over her Facebook. She looked to be a normal mom. So what it is they don't love these children. These children are not theirs. They don't have that everlasting love in their heart for them, and then these things happen. They get annoyed and things get out of hand. And, as Casey Anthony's dad would say, it's like a snowball effect. It's something that just got out of control. Yes, his grandmother's probably so devastated. I mean, his entire family, but the grandmother was absolutely devastated. So I'll just go ahead and play it from right here because
from different family members. They're trying to figure out who's credible and who is not. Right now, they are impounding vehicles from here at the scene in Southeast Houston.
I always do that.
And the big headline tonight was that the last time someone outside of the family saw 6-year-old Samuel Olson was at his school, Holbrook Elementary and Cy-Fair ISD, and that was April 30th.
We're all trying to bring Sam home.
An emotional grandmother tonight in search of her grandson, Samuel Olson.
He was at his birthday Saturday. It should have been the happiest day of his life.
The boy just turned 6. He was reported missing last Thursday. Dalton Olson is his father.
That is my whole world. And I couldn't imagine if anything happened to him, and I believe that he's still out there.
Theresa Balboa is the father's girlfriend.
And I was going to take Sam to school when his mother showed up with a police officer, or what I was under the impression to be a police officer, and they demanded me to release Sam.
But it's a story that Houston Police Executive Assistant Chief Larry Satterwhite says they haven't been able to verify, and in fact, he says Sam may have gone missing weeks ago. Say the boy's biological mother and father share custody. One of the last places he reportedly was, this apartment in Southeast Houston that belongs to Balboa's friend. Tonight, police executed a search warrant looking for evidence that might lead them to Sam. Earlier, Texas EchoSearch searched fields nearby. Volunteers are distributing flyers. Police are asking the public for any information. Just how does no one know where 6-year-old is?
Right. How did nobody know where a 6-year-old was? I mean, and the truth of the matter is that he turned 6 over the weekend, so he was 5, guys. He was 5. So Jessica Lynn is asking me to go ahead and give a synopsis real quick again of who was involved. So Samuel is a 5-year-old little boy who went missing, and his dad's girlfriend was the last person to have been seen with him. She gave the account that Samuel had been taken by his mother and somebody who appeared to be a police officer. And later on that day, she went ahead and reported him missing, which gave me an immediate suspicion. If your child has been given off to the mother, you don't report them missing, right? Kind of the same thing in the Amari Nicholson case, where they're saying that he's missing, but he's supposed to be with a custodial aunt.
Dalton Olson is his father.
That is my whole world. And I couldn't imagine if anything happened to him, and I believe that he's still out there.
Theresa Balboa is the father's girlfriend.
And I was going to take Sam to school when his mother showed up with a police officer, or what I was under the impression to be a police officer, and they demanded me to release Sam.
But it's a story that Houston Police Executive Assistant Chief Larry Satterwhite says they haven't been able to verify, and in fact, he says Sam may have gone missing weeks ago. Say the boy's biological mother and father share custody. One of the last places he reportedly was, this apartment in Southeast Houston that belongs to Balboa's friend. Tonight, police executed a search warrant looking for evidence that might lead them to Sam. Earlier, Texas EchoSearch searched fields nearby. Volunteers are distributing flyers.
So that apartment that they were searching last night, the apartment is not even Theresa's apartment. It's an apartment complex that belongs to her friend, and it's not even the apartment complex in which Samuel was reported missing from. He was reported missing from her mother's apartment, and then this is the apartment of her friend. Her car was taken from here as well, and later on in another clip that I have, you can actually see this door right here, completely dark, and you can see like flashes of lights, as if they're taking pictures or photographs in the living room. So Brennan Troop said, Amanda, you are 100% correct. Didn't even think about that until you said it. What the F is wrong with these people? I don't know what I said, but geez. They have not confirmed that it is baby Sam, but they are. It seems as if they were led there because they found him inside of a hotel room, and they have a suspect in custody, or they have a person of interest in custody. I don't want to be quick to jump to it, but I have a really bad feeling immediately that this was him, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'll bite my tongue on this one if I'm wrong. But right now, this is really what I think. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys one more thing. I'm going to click it off, and then I'll actually leave this time like I said I would. So I'm going to jump onto my other side and click a video that I had pulled up this morning. But again, one thing that I could not understand was how she was so specific on what he was wearing and then not able to really confirm who the mom was with. She couldn't really describe him aside from saying he was an officer. So I thought that was weird. And then another thing was in the Facebook groups, they're saying that, well, no, not in the Facebook groups. I read this in the Facebook group and I haven't found it for myself, but they said that the police then said that they could not locate the person who had made the 911 call. So I thought that was odd. I mean, if there's somebody missing in your home, you make the 911 call. Other people shouldn't be making it. And then why wouldn't this person who made the 911 call be available? It was just very odd. All of it's just very odd to me. I'm going to go ahead and bring up that one post as well. Or I guess it wasn't a post, it was an upload. To show another interview that I put up of the stepmom, or the girlfriend, as I should say. So that was the first one. This is the press conference. It would be this one. So how is everybody? Amy, thank you so much. Sometimes I wonder if I'm keeping you guys updated with good things, but I just figure I know a lot of people like what I do, that I follow a case and I kind of follow it to the end. And I figure I might as well share this with you guys while I'm doing it. It seems like everyone really enjoys it, and this is what I would be doing anyway. I would be all over this right now trying to figure out what's going on and why this little boy is missing and who's involved. So might as well just share it with you guys while I'm at it. My friends. And also I like finding facts. I like cutting clips and just showing absolute facts. So that helps me. That makes me feel good. So I do this selfishly too. I don't just do this for you guys. I do this for my heart. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show another clip of Theresa speaking. Thanks, Andrea. I really appreciate that, girl. Thanks, Jessica. Hey, Sky. Was I in here this whole time without mods? Oh no, Andrea's here. Just kidding. Okay, so here, I'm going to play this real quick. Sorry if you guys already watched this.
Huge developments overnight in this case. Texas EquiSearch and Houston police wrapped up their investigation here at this apartment complex in the Webster area, and they
always do that.
Did not leave empty-handed. Take a look at this video. Our cameras were rolling as police towed this black Dodge away from the complex. It's believed to be tied to the investigation into little Samuel Olson's disappearance. Now, this is just a heartbreaking story. Samuel's family shared these photos of the 6-year-old with us last night. His grandmother tells us they're just desperate for answers.
Really are confused about everything that was going on at the moment. And it's just about bringing Sam home safe.
Now, investigators and searchers have been focusing on this complex. They searched on ATVs last night and spent hours combing through the area. This is where they believe Samuel may have been last. Now, it's about a half an hour away from the Southwest Houston home. EquiSearch says Olson was reported missing
Houston
from.
police executed a search warrant at a home of a friend of the father's
You see those
girlfriend.
I'm not gonna
pictures
sugarcoat
snaps?
anything. I don't think this is gonna have a happy ending. At this point in time, I'm afraid it's never going to have an ending.
Tim Miller of Texas EquiSearch combed through a nearby field while police questioned family members.
We are looking for Samuel Dalton Ronald Olson.
Dalton Olson, Samuel's father, believes Samuel's biological mother has taken the boy, his girlfriend Theresa Balboa claiming she was caring for the boy when the boy's mother appeared with a man dressed like a police officer and took the child.
I was going to take Sam to school when his mother showed up with a police officer, or what I was under the impression to be a police officer, and they demanded me to release.
Right now, it appears as though that was a fabricated story.
Houston police say they don't know who to believe. They've gotten so many conflicting stories from family members. Investigators say it's possible that Samuel may have been missing for as long as 4 weeks, not 5 days.
He's got a really funny personality, and he jokes about my name because I'm his egg. We just need information on anybody that knows anything to please contact HPD or EquiSearch. Tim, they're all working very hard. This case is very confusing, like HPD said last night. There's conflicting stories. They're sorting out those issues at the moment. The last person Sam was seen was with Theresa Balboa. Last night, I know you guys are all aware of this because we just found out last night and we are devastated. We can't find her now. So this is turned. The most important thing is anybody who knows where she's at to please contact HPD. Theresa, if you're watching this, you need to contact HPD. If you're telling the truth, you have God on your side. My son and all of us know nothing. We are shocked. We are devastated for everybody involved. And to clear up that rumor that nobody's seen Sam since April 30th is a lie. I just provided you guys with pictures with dates. He was with us. Dalton is not a bad father. He would never harm that baby. He loves him to death. He would die for him. And if you're a parent, you understand what he's going through right now. And the possibility of trusting someone you thought you knew could do this. We have to have answers. Now, whether the other family's involved, I don't know. But whoever it is, this is Sam. He just turned 6. We didn't even get to spend his birthday with him. And I would like anybody out there to donate to EquiSearch because they have been truly amazing through all this. Tim and everyone, all the searchers, they need supplies, y'all. They need Gatorade, they need water, they need off, they need towels, anything that you guys can provide out there when you know that we're going to do another search for Sam. Please just drop something off for these people that are taking their time and have to do this kind of thing.
So when's the last time you saw him?
May 2nd is the last time I physically had my hands on Sam.
And his dad said he was getting sick.
Yes. And we're not going to go into that. We're going to let the detectives sort all that. He said, she said, crapola out.
Were you able to talk with Theresa? Because I know she's been MIA. Did she ever?
She has been with us since day one. And she has been helping search. She has, from Friday, she's been in with investigators several times. She's given up her phone. My son, we've all given up. We've all been interviewed. So now we don't understand what's going on. We just need to get to the bottom of this for Sam. We need to know where he is, that he's safe, and he's coming home.
Has your son talked to Theresa? When's the last time he spoke to her?
Yesterday at 4:15.
She's been missing since then?
Yes.
And what does he have to say about it?
He is devastated.
With no idea where she went? Did she
No.
say anything before she left?
Nope. She was on the other side of the road handing out flyers. Dalton went down the other side, and that was it.
When's the last time your son saw Sam?
You'd have to ask Dalton. Everything's just a blur right now. But Dalton has seen and talked to Sam. So that's another thing. They're trying to pinpoint dates down. So, again, any information, anybody that may have saw something and not realized it, just notify HPD.
Anya, what do you think happened? Is there a story that makes sense to you?
None of this makes any sense. None of it.
And Teresa's the one that came up that said that brought the story up with the fake cop, correct? Was she along with Sam when that happened?
Again, I want you to talk to detectives about this because the statements have already been made. I don't want to say something that would mess up their investigation. It's very important because they are doing everything they can to figure this mess out. So please, if you're going to report something, make sure it's correct. Make sure. I've been quoted saying that I had custody. I never said that. So again, this stuff is very important because people are watching what you guys are doing, and they're muddying the waters for detectives, which means they're going on false leads, wasting time and energy and resources on stuff that doesn't even pertain to this. So that is my main thing today. And every day is going to be we get the right news out there at the right time so detectives don't have to spend 10 minutes on something when they can be 10 minutes on Sam.
And how often does Sam stay with his mom?
Sam hasn't been with his mom since January of last year.
2020?
Yes.
And why is that?
Again, I'm not discussing any of the details of that.
We can't indulge anything on that front.
Was this a custody issue at all in May?
I cannot discuss any of that. Again, like I said, it really doesn't even matter what happened before. We have to find Sam now. And that is our biggest thing. That is our goal.
As a grandmother, could you speak to somebody out there? Obviously, somebody's seen something, they know something, maybe they're keeping information to themselves. Can you speak to that one person out there that really could help crack this case for investigators and police?
As a mom, and as a grandma, if you know anything or you think your child is capable of this, you need to sit them down and pray with them and make them do the right thing. I know it's hard to have to think that you love somebody and somebody could do something. But we need to know, and you need to face whatever consequences for your actions.
Do you think Sam's in danger, reading between the lines there?
I think this is now bumped up.
Why do you think that Theresa is now missing?
I don't know, and I'm not going to speculate. I'm going to let the detectives do what they have to do, and that's what Dalton and all of us are doing.
Your son says Theresa loves Sam.
Yes, she does. She's been very good to Sam. Does flashcards with him, takes him to the beach, plays with him.
What do you want to say to her or anyone else?
Just bring Sam home. Just bring Sam home. This can't go on anymore. We need to know where he is. Where he is, and that he's safe, and that he's good. And that way he can have a birthday party.
And he spent a lot of this month of May with her, right?
I'm not getting into any more of that. Like I said, I've given you everything I can give you. Again, talk to detectives.
I do want to nail down that what happened when that person took him.
Again, I am not going to get into this because we don't know what the detectives are working on. We don't want to give any information out that somebody may run, somebody may leave town, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, we don't want to even speculate on anything. Just let the detectives do what they have to do.
What do you know for sure? Where Sam was, who he was with, what do you know for sure?
I think the detectives need to give you that stuff because, again, I don't want to put any false information out there. That
It's a better question to ask him.
Did you have something planned for his birthday on Saturday?
yes, we did.
What were you going to do?
We were going to have a party here at the house for him.
But if it was going to rain, we were going to go to pizza. And
What do you want to say to Sam?
Dang loves you, baby. Uncle Wawa loves you. Papa loves you. Daddy loves you. I know your mommy loves you. I know that your Mimi loves you. I know all your aunts and uncles and cousins and everybody loves you and misses you. And we're gonna see you soon, honey. I promise. I promise, Sam. I promise. I'll never give up. I'm gonna go.
I didn't mean to play that whole thing, but once it started, I really couldn't stop. When I saw that press conference, I immediately felt for that grandmother. And then, you know, you guys always know I'm suspicious of everything. And my first thought is, what does she know already? And I feel like at this point, they already kind of knew. I mean, I think she did. Oh, this is really, really sad. And I can't believe that it ended, for me at least, so quickly. I knew that this wasn't good, but I really do hate ending up seeing this. Um, so, Christy Lou, thank you for believing in at least what I'm telling you. I'm trying to, just give most of the facts. Sometimes, I as they would say in Spanish, I add a little cheese to the tacos, but I will always try to just deliver facts. And there was one other thing that Theresa had reminded me up above, and I forgot what it was already. Um, but so yes, one thing about this case is that the mother hadn't seen her son in quite some time, and also the girlfriend has a restraining order against her, and it's because she had choked the dad last year, so he had a restraining order against her, so she wasn't allowed to be around him or his son. But of course, she not only was in contact with his son, she was the main caregiver, enough to be the last person to have seen him before he went missing. And then also the mother had custody, but uh, he took the baby from her, and then they had an altercation. So he had a restraining order against him. I'm sorry, he had a restraining order against her, and then he never gave the little boy back. She was fighting for him in court, and this is what a lot of people are thinking, that the reason he suddenly came up missing, or they reported him missing, was because, court was coming up. So the mother would have been trying to get him back sooner than later. And I'm assuming that if, because this had happened, they had to find a reason to excuse his absence. And, I really do think that there's going to be more people that know, probably her mom, people who absolutely were around her and knew that this little boy wasn't with her when he was supposed to have been. So, because they're saying that he was deceased for some time now that they found him. Again, they have not confirmed 100% that it is him, but I'm assuming that the way that they're broadcasting it, that they know for sure that it's him, maybe because they were led there on a tip or something or another. But that's about all I have for you guys today on this. As of right now, of course, things are developing as we speak. I will be uploading the mom's press release, which Theresa said that she sent me. So give me about an hour and I will have it up. If you guys find it before then, let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for being here. Let's pray for all these babies that have been lost. At least just this month. Tristan Bailey, Cash Gernon, and Amari Nicholson, and now, Samuel Olson. It's really just the saddest thing ever because they are babies and nobody should be hurting babies. Nobody should be hurting babies at all. It really just shows your character if you have to beat on somebody or hurt somebody that can't defend themselves against you. It just shows that you have no control over your emotions or just anything. Just get a grip, people. Start treating these babies better. And if you can't treat them better, there are avenues. There really are. And I think this is just one thing. I guess one thing that I do want to say is that I'm not saying it's because of us reporting this or anything, but in the good news of last week, there were 2 babies that were surrendered. So that makes me feel better that there are people that are listening and saying, hey, maybe if I can't do this on my own, I can get help. At least giving this baby to somebody who maybe can take care of them, because unfortunately I won't be able to. So here you go. Let me pass this baby off to you. And, I may have to deal with the shame of it all, but they're dealing with it. And I think that's bravo to them, the people who knew that they could do something. And to be completely honest with you, to the people that couldn't, you deserve to do the adult time for the adult crime. And if Theresa was involved, which I really do think that she was, I hope that she has a speedy trial, and I hope that it is fair, but I hope that she does do time for this. This is really bad. Again, as Theresa S. and I said on when I did a live with her, do not leave your children with your boyfriends or girlfriends, please. And one other thing, this next case that I'm just going to touch on really quick, didn't have anything to do with boyfriends or girlfriends, but in the babies lost this month, I forgot to mention Zell Howard, who was the baby of Sarah Gano, and unfortunately Zell was stabbed to death by his mother. His sister did survive. Her name is Winter, and she's doing great. She's woken up. She's still in the hospital. And if you would like to send her a letter, it's going to be in my community post. The address is there. She's going to be in the hospital for an extended amount of time. So go ahead and write her a note, send her a gift, or just send her a card. I'm supposed to be sending one. I was supposed to send it last week, so I'm definitely going to do it this week. So thank you all again for being here. I appreciate it. I will be updating you, and I'll be having that presser up within the next hour. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Yes, Sammy Sturgill. Yes, unfortunately, he was found. It's really sad. And something needs to be done. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye. Oh, Academy of 60. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I didn't see that. Let me see if I can still pull it up. I need to get better at this. But I guess practice only makes perfect. And I'm just dragging this on now. But thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye.